Listen to the vibes.
The views and opinions of our guests may not necessarily reflect those of the host or the Vibes Broadcast Network. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Listen to the Vibes. I have here Mr. Brandon Leibowitz, and we're going to talk about his little business venture here, and he's going to explain some things to me that I hope, because I'm a little slow-witted and I don't understand all these computer algorithms and SEOs, yada, 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 and apparently you're an expert at it. So before we kick off with that, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for having me on. My name is Brandon Leibowitz, and I help people get more website traffic to the website using search engine optimization, so they don't have to spend money on ads, and try to figure out how to get that traffic to then convert into sales, leads, or phone calls, or whatever their goal is for that website. So not only just trying to get that traffic, but trying to get them new clients and conversions.
Yeah, see, I don't understand all that stuff. How do you get something, so like my YouTube videos, how do I get people to, or you attract people to it? This is the part that always blows my mind.
No, so Google owns YouTube, and just like ranking a website on Google, there's an algorithm to that. There's an algorithm to ranking a video on YouTube, and a lot of it comes down to like the title, putting keywords in the title. So very important. I would try to keep it to like around 60 characters. Some people make it short, clickbaity, but the longer the title, the more keywords you can put in there. You just don't want to make it too long where it's just like spamming. So keywords, very, very important. Having the description, if you can transcribe it, if it's like a long form video, maybe like timestamps, because you can see when you upload your videos to YouTube, they try to transcribe it, do subtitles, closed captions, but doesn't always work perfectly. So they can't really understand videos yet. They're trying to, but they really need you to give them as much information as possible. The more content Google has or YouTube has, the better off you're going to be. The easier it is for them to understand what this video is about, what this page is about, because Google can't really read images or videos yet. They're trying to, but they're not there yet. So they need text. So transcribing this or just writing notes about it, time stamping in the description, that all helps out a lot. Putting the tags in YouTube. But then a lot of it comes down to sharing the video. So on YouTube, it has a little thing at the bottom right that says like share this video, and you can share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all these different sites, which is good. But one of them is going to say embed, and it gives you this code, this HTML code.
All right.
The more websites that embed that, the more trust Google's going to have, or YouTube's going to have, and they're going to rank you higher. And also, the more websites you embed it on, if I embed it on my website and I get, or if someone watches it 5,000 times on my website, you get 5,000 views on your YouTube page. So all those videos get attributed to your channel, to your video. But the more websites that embed it, the better, which is tough. Like, how do you get another website to embed it? Unless it's like something really captivating, it's going to be tough, but reaching out to other websites and just trying to build relationships with other bloggers in your niche or podcasters and seeing if they would maybe publish it and you can like help each other out. But that does really help out a lot. And also the number of views, how long people watch the video, all this other stuff that goes into it. But those are the more important things for YouTube.
Now, sometimes I'll get these messages like especially Instagram. I don't know why I always get it on Instagram. These people will send me this deal, you give me $500 and I'll get you 10,000 new subscribers and yada, 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 yada. And I always delete them because I'm like, it sounds like a bunch of hooey to me. I have tried to work with people in the past that do stuff similar to you, but for some reason I feel like they're doing something like what they call it, bots. How do you distinguish between somebody who's legit and somebody who's just, got, I don't know, 5,000 different accounts or whatever, and is able to determine how many people watch or are subscribed to you?
Yeah, that one is tricky with so many fake accounts, but anyone offering something where it's too good to be true, it's probably fake. If someone's saying, I'll get you 100 new subscribers a month for $1,000, that seems like it's probably legitimate, because you can't really grow that fast. If they're growing thousands of subscribers, it has to be fake accounts. Otherwise, unless they have like some huge network where they're like posting you on some big audiences, and those audiences also have to be relevant to you, because if it's not relevant, just because you have a big audience, it's not going to align. So that's also a big thing. Like, you could do shout outs on big influencer pages, but if the influencer's audience isn't targeted, it's not going to result in it. Even if it is, you might get a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 or so. So anything where it's like too much, like thousands, it's, especially for like $20 or $50, it's too good to be true. It's definitely fake. There's tools online that you could use that try to check and verify accounts to see how many fake followers they have. But even then, who knows how accurate they are, or how are they finding them? Shouldn't those platforms, like if you're on Instagram and you throw it into one of these tools that says half your followers are fake, I think Instagram would be able to find those followers, versus like this free tool that's going to check it for you. So I don't even know. It's tricky. It's a weird one out there with all this stuff, because there's so much fake stuff, and they even make them look real. They'll make accounts on Instagram that have profile pictures, that have pictures and videos that they upload to their page or the profile, and it looks real, but they're really just ghost fake accounts where nobody's really using them. It's just posting random stuff. It's really strange what's going on out there.
So when you let's say like on YouTube, you get so many subscribers, and then all of a sudden you notice that people are getting unsubscribed from your channel. Is it because there's no interaction, or they figured out this account is fake, or is it just something randomly they do?
A little bit of both. I mean, if YouTube sees that these fake accounts are there, they'll remove them, they'll delete them. So if you see a big drop, that's probably most likely. The only reason you really lose subscribers is if you change your content. So if you just all of a sudden switch to like a cooking channel or something, probably would lose a lot of subscribers. Of like, what is going on? But other than that, you shouldn't be losing subscribers. You should be gaining new ones. So if you're losing them, that means you more than likely got fake ones that are just dropped off because YouTube's seeing them, and once they find them, they delete them. They can't find them all immediately. It takes some time. So every once in a while, a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, sometimes years later, you'll see drop-offs, and that's just them finding those accounts and removing them.
Yeah, it gets really annoying, especially like Facebook. I try to be careful when somebody is friending me and I don't really know them. Then I'll check to see if we have mutual friends, what their content is. But then sometimes you try to do that and it says this account is private, yada yada yada, and I'll take a chance if somebody looks like they're legit. And then I was at 5,000 friends on Facebook, which is where you top out. And a couple days later, 20 of them are gone.
Yeah.
So what exactly do you do what's your process when somebody says, okay, I want your services?
Yep. So, well, with Facebook drop off too, that one is a little weird too. Fake accounts try to just friend people, unfriending them. And like you said, once you get to 5,000, then you're kind of capped off. Then you have to make it a business profile page where people like you. Instead of having friends, you get likes.
Right.
Which means you're good, which means you're popular. So as long as it's real people, as long as it's not just accepting everyone and getting all these spam or fake accounts, but as long as it's good quality followers or friends that become likes, that's always good. But what I really focus on is on SEO, which is search engine optimization, which means ranking you on Google. So whatever you search on Google, I'll make that show up on Google. So whenever you search on Google, there's ads at the top of Google, but right below the ads, that's the organic results. That's what I focus on, is getting websites ranked in those organic free listings on Google, which Google has 10 of them on the first page.
Okay, so say I've put a title on my video, and maybe it doesn't have those buzzwords, whatever you want to call them. You go in and you change that, or how does that work?
Yeah, we would change that, put the keywords in the right places, because that's where Google or whatever platform you're on, they're really looking at that They're looking at the title of your blog post or your page or your article or your podcast or your YouTube video title. All that is where they really want to see keywords. That's the most important place to put your keywords. The title, and then the content supports it. If you're writing a blog post, you have all this text that supports it. If you're doing a podcast, you have the audio, but I always recommend transcribing it or timestamping it because you need text. They can't really understand audio and video yet. They're getting better at it, but they still need you to give them text. Everything really relies on text for the most part. So the more content, the better off you're going to be.
What about hashtags? Because I mean, I go in and I will go and Google what are the most popular hashtags at that time, and I use them, and it seems like it's not really helping.
So hashtags are kind of like keywords, and you have to figure out what keywords people are searching for to use your product or service. And if you're just using something popular, like maybe Justin Bieber's in the news, and I put that on my website, I write a blog post about Justin Bieber, I may get some people looking for Justin Bieber, but I'm just an SEO company. They're like, why am I going to follow this SEO blog? So if you're just using popular keywords and hashtags, you're going to get people that aren't interested in what you're doing. You got to find targeted keywords or hashtags and finding words that are 2 or more words. Like anything that's 1 word is just too generic. It doesn't have any intent. Like someone searching for the word podcast doesn't mean anything. Could mean a million different things. What is a podcast? How do I start a podcast? I want to find a podcast. Doesn't mean they necessarily want to listen to your podcast or listen to anyone's podcast per se. So someone using the word like marketing podcast, that would be, then they're looking for a podcast about marketing. They're showing that intent. So less people are going to be using it, but the people using it actually care about what you have to offer and will probably want to follow you versus just trying to get something popular just to get attention on it, like Throwback Thursday or Motivational Monday and all this really kind of generic stuff, which is going to get traction, but followers don't mean anything. It's all about getting targeted followers that can actually convert. Just because you have a bunch of followers, they're not doing what you want them to do if they're not listening to you or subscribing to you or going to your website or making a purchase or emailing you or calling you, whatever you're trying to do, it doesn't do any good. So followers are just half the battle too. It's once you get those followers on social, how do you get them to convert?
Gotcha. I see this stuff I never knew. I've always would go and I'd look for whatever's popular. Some of them are 1 word, some of them are 2 word. I guess I need to do better research.
Got to look for popular hashtags in your industry. So type in there like popular hashtags for podcasting or marketing or business or entrepreneurship or whatever it is, but looking for targeted keywords, not just random words, but targeted words. And that's 2 or more words. Even if it's 3 or 4 words, even better. Less people are using it, but the people using it, they really know what they're looking for because they're putting a lot of signals in that search. So the longer the keyword or the more words in that word or that hashtag or that phrase that you're using to search on Google or Instagram or whatever platform you're on, but the longer it is, the less people are using it, but the more likely they actually care about what you have to offer. So don't just try to get the most popular ones. Go for targeted ones that are relevant to your business.
Now, do you offer testimonials from some of your clients? So, because I know there's going to be people who are like, oh, how do I know this guy's, legit?
Yeah, no, definitely. Over the years, been doing it since 2007. So got a Yelp that has reviews back to, I think like 2010 is when I first started doing Yelp. Didn't really know about it back then before that, but then I have video reviews. If they go on my YouTube channel or my website, they could search for my name, Brandon Leibowitz, and find all that stuff there.
Oh, okay. So what kind of price range are we looking at?
It varies. It's not a one size fits all. Every website's different. Every channel is different on YouTube. Like you might only have 100 videos. Someone else might have 5,000 videos. And each video we want to optimize. Or if it's a website, if you're selling, like if you're a realtor, you might only have like 5 pages on your website. Whereas if you're selling like tennis shoes, you might have 500 pages. So the more pages, the more work that needs to be done. And really it comes down to the keywords. The more competitive those keywords are, the more work that needs to be done to rank for those keywords. So I don't care about what Google's algorithm is or YouTube or any of these platforms because their algorithms change daily. What I care about is who's on that first page for your keywords and how can we do a better job of marketing yourself? And that's where we just got to see where that disconnect is and try to just figure out how to get you aligned. But it's not really a one size fits all. If they want to learn more, they could definitely reach out. But unfortunately with SEO, it just depends. There's so many variables that go into it. Like there's almost over 200 ranking factors that Google looks at to rank a website. So they don't make it easy, but if you do the things that they're looking for and do it better than your competitors, you'll get those rankings.
Well, I have 400 and some odd videos on YouTube right now. I can just imagine what that would be.
It's a lot, but the more you have, also the content, it's there. Now you just got to transcribe that content, get it time stamped and all that stuff, because you already did half the work, which is recording the video. Now it's just the marketing side, is getting people to your videos, because you've already done all this work recording it, doing the audio, editing. It's not easy making a video. You have to invest your time, money, get a sound room, everything. So you've already done a lot of it. Now it's just doing the things that Google or YouTube wants to see, which is have a website, add all the videos to your website, embedding them, make sure you transcribe those videos, add that or timestamp it, hire somebody to timestamp them or whatever needs to be done. But just getting more text, more content is going to help you rank higher and get more eyeballs on your content.
Now, I know with a lot of businesses, they offer the same thing, but one thing that I look for when I want to hire someone is their personality, who they are to the core, and I'm just gonna say, sell me on branding.
Yeah, well, everyone's different. So with SEO, I focus on quality, because with SEO, it comes down to really a lot of content, a lot of blogging, a lot of what's called backlinks, getting other websites to talk about you. The more websites that talk about you, the higher you're going to rank on Google. So if you build, it's called backlinks. Like if I got an article published, or if you got an article published on the New York Times, and then it says clickable link, it says Kyle Yates, and you click on it and it goes to your website or it goes to your YouTube channel, whatever it is, you're getting a backlink from the New York Times. The more websites that talk about you, the better. But if you build the wrong type of backlinks, instead of ranking higher, you're actually going to drop down in the ranking. So you got to be really careful with the backlinks. That's one really big part of SEO or digital marketing, ranking on Google or YouTube. Everything really needs backlinks because they don't trust you. And backlinks are a way to build that trust up. And if you build the wrong type of backlinks, instead of ranking higher, you're actually going to go down, which is the last thing I want to happen. But I've seen it happen too often where people just go on sites like Fiverr or something where it's like too cheap and too good. Anything where it's, again, too good to be true, more than likely it's not going to work. And it might work temporarily, but in the long run, it's going to do more harm than good. So you got to be careful and just be weary of anything that's just too good to be true.
Okay. So, but you yourself, not the company, tell me about branding.
Yeah, I've been involved with this since 2007, trying to help people get more traffic to their websites. Kind of got involved with digital marketing after I got my degree in business marketing, and just kind of fell into this job. The first company that hired me out of school was like, we want you to do digital marketing. And I didn't know much about it. And there's a, don't worry, we don't know much about it either. We're going to take you to classes and workshops and kind of let you learn with us, alongside with us, about digital marketing. And back then I was helping out with all their aspects, like social media, doing email marketing, doing paid advertisements, doing SEO, and just realized back then that SEO is a way to get free traffic. And why spend money on ads if you could get up there for free? And ever since then, just focused on just trying to figure out how to get more free traffic from Google, or trying to figure out how to get free traffic from social media or from YouTube or whatever it may be, but just trying to help people avoid spending money on ads. Ads do work. I just try not to, just because once you stop spending money on ads, you just disappear. Whereas you build up your following, you build up that network, you stop doing the marketing, you're still going to be up there. You're not just going to lose those followers or lose that email list of people that have subscribed to your email list, or all those followers that you have on your social channels.
So you offer quite a bit of service when someone hires you. It's more than just going in and fixing the descriptions and stuff. You do quite a bit.
Yep, there's a lot that goes into it. It's SEO is just one part of just the marketing funnel, because half the people that come to your website are going to leave immediately because they didn't find what they're looking for, or your website loads slowly, or they got distracted, or whatever reason that may be. But half the people that come to your website leave. So you got to follow them around and have multiple touch points where maybe you got their email and you send them an email, or maybe they find you on social and they see you on social media, or you run some ads that target them so they see your ads. And the more touch points somebody has, the more likely they are going to want to use your product or service and actually convert. So I think it's like 5 touch points is kind of what's needed before somebody really trusts you. And that's kind of tough. Like, you could run ads, like someone goes to Amazon, you look at a product on Amazon, you don't buy it, those ads kind of follow you around. You do the same thing for your website, or the same thing for YouTube. Anyone that goes to your YouTube channel and watches a video, follow them around and show them other videos, because if they watched a video and maybe they watched more than 20 minutes of your video, or whatever it is, you set it for these different targeting goals, then you could target those people and try to get them to follow you on social or join your email list or whatever it may be.
All right. Now, I'm assuming you have a website.
Yep. I always tell people you have to have a website. If you don't have a website, you're just renting space off YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, and they could take you down at any time and you don't own any of that content. You're just helping promote them. You're just helping Facebook get more content, or YouTube get more content, and YouTube will pay you, but where are they going to pay you? A couple dollars for every 1,000 views? It's not that much. They don't pay you that much. A lot of people think if I got 1 million views, I'm going to make all this money, but you don't really make that much, which is kind of surprising. YouTube will make a lot of money, but you're not going to make a lot of money. So you really have to have a website, because that's yours. You get full control of that. You own that, and that's yours forever, or for however long websites are around. But for the time being, websites are yours, where you could put up and get full control. And ultimately, you want to lead everybody to your website. Like, social media is just a way to get people to your website. YouTube is just to get people to your website. It's all a way to just let people find you and ultimately get them to your website, because that's where they could buy off you or join your email list or whatever your ultimate goal is. But that's where you get that full control.
Oh, okay. Now, do you help build websites?
No, so I can't build websites. I mean, I built my own website, but I wouldn't offer it as a service because that's not my area of expertise, but I help get you that traffic. But if you are looking to build a website, I would recommend WordPress. It's a great platform. It's free to use. Half the internet is built on WordPress, and it makes it pretty easy, user-friendly. If you're doing e-commerce, Shopify is a little bit easier. You have to pay for Shopify, but WordPress, you could do everything that Shopify could do for free on WordPress, just a little bit more tech savvy or a little bit extra, but it's all free to use, and that's the best way to go about it.
Oh, okay. Now, what about your social media?
Yep. I have my own profiles, and if everyone's that's listening or watching, I have a special gift for them. So if they go to my website, it's SEO Optimizers.com/gift. They can find that there. It's SEO Optimizers.com/gift. And they can find that there, and they can find all my contact information and social media and all that stuff there as well.
All right. So you're on all the social media platforms?
Yep. I always tell people you got to be everywhere. Just for marketing purposes, you got to brand yourself and get your username on everything. You don't have to use every platform. Like, you don't have to be on, I would recommend getting your username on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, TikTok, all the big ones. And I mean, there's even more out there, but just claiming your username. You don't have to use all of them, but just at least get your username, and then just be active on the ones where your audience is at. Like, you don't necessarily, like for myself, I do SEO. Not everyone's going to be going on TikTok looking for an SEO company. Some people might, but I don't really think that's where my audience is at. So social doesn't really bring in much traffic for me. Maybe Twitter is going to be a good one for me, but even then, not many people are going on social media looking for SEO. So it's just knowing where your audience is at, and social is a way for people to go to my website and then be like, okay, can I trust Brandon or SEO Optimizers? They could go on my Facebook, my Instagram, see reviews, ask questions, see status updates, see when's the last time I post, am I still active? Am I still using this? Am I still in business? So social is a way to like build trust up for people, for service-based businesses like myself, or like a doctor or a lawyer, stuff like that, where they're probably not going to get that many new clients off of social media, but they're going to gain the trust of new leads from social media.
Oh, okay. I have got a lot to learn, apparently. I've been doing this for 2 years, but I've never had anybody really sit down and show me the ropes, and I try to get advice from people, and I've changed quite a bit from when I first started, because I mean, I was way out there. I didn't know anything. I didn't put any descriptions on my videos or nothing. And then I had to go back and do that. And somebody told me how to do the titles, and it's all this work. And I went back and changed every one of those videos over the last 2 years. And I'm still not getting the traffic that I think that I should be. So I want to at least try it and see how it works. And I will make a review of how it works for me if we come to an agreement. But I think we're about done, and I'm going to put all your links in the description. So if somebody out there is listening and you need some help from Brandon, well, you can just click on it and go to it. But say that one more time. What's the name of the company?
It is SEO Optimizers. So SEO Optimizers.com.
Okay. And you have any words of wisdom to leave with us before we go?
Everything takes time. So 2 years seems like a long time, but it all takes time to build up an audience and build up that trust for YouTube or whatever platforms you're on. So for everyone, I always tell people, don't get discouraged, don't give up, because it takes time. Like, it took me a while. Like, I've been doing this for 15 years. I just didn't all of a sudden just get those rankings or be able to have my own company. It took me a long time to build it up and get the name out there and get the word out there, and just try to build it up as much as possible, but just be patient with everything with digital marketing. If you do the right things over time, you're going to see that growth coming. It might not just be a giant skyrocket where you go viral. That only happens once in a while. Everything normally just is that slow, steady incline. But over time, as long as you're moving in the right direction and you're growing, that's what matters. Is just don't get discouraged and just keep focusing and keep working on it. And you'll see the results and rankings coming in.
Thank you so much for your time, Brandon. And I'm going to be getting in contact with you soon. And I just want to say that if you are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you'll subscribe. For all of you out there that are regulars, thank you so much for your support. Because of you, we do what we do. So until the next one, everyone, please take care. Be kind to one another. God bless, and peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Listen to the Vibes. You can catch us on Buzzsprout or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at The Vibes Broadcast Network